Pick any object in the world. Any object in the world? Okay, I think I got one. If you picked the ancient Mesopotamian standing worshiper artifact, you lose. The slide isn't loading. I hope it isn't the standing statue of ancient Mesopotamian worshiper. See, if you didn't pick this, there's something horribly wrong with you. By the way, Greece and Turkey ball for sale now. It's the first link down below in the description. Why did the sea people invade and sack Ugarit? Let me take a few minutes to explain. Many moons ago, a man from Ugarit sent his slave through several war zones. It was to deliver a complaint tablet to a copper merchant in Ur. Oh my god, this all makes sense. We're talking about the first ever 1-star review from world history. Man literally said never buy copper from this guy, it sucks. Then the mysterious sea peoples came and ransacked everything. Now it all makes sense. See, history's always connected. What most people think 1950s US nuclear weapons development was like, I want a nuclear hand grenade, nuclear rocket launcher, and nuclear torpedo. It will be done. Versus what it was actually usually like. Holy crap, these things are inaccurate. Don't worry, it's like 4 megatons, so you can't miss. It's fine if we're 4 miles off, because the blast radius is 4 miles. What a way to adapt and overcome. I bet he's thinking about other women. What if the Manhattan Project failed? This is definitely one of those thoughts that keeps me up at night. If that scenario occurred, the US would not have been the first country to come up with a nuclear device, leading to at least one thing for sure. The movie Oppenheimer almost certainly would not have been made. Taiwan is still claiming Mongolia as part of its territory. Meanwhile, yeah, I guess that little island is probably still screaming "You are mine" to them. And technically, they're not saying that to just Mongolia. Taiwan claims territory from Myanmar, India, Bhutan, a lot of little countries in Central Asia. You are mine. No, you can't acknowledge Taiwan's sovereignty just because they have their own passports, currency, president elections. Shut up, South Mongolia. That's one way the US and Taiwan counteracts China. Well, there goes my social credit. 105 years ago, Allies produced 1.5 billion artillery shells. Today, Allies produce 3 million artillery shells. I'm assuming this is referring to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and how they are missing artillery. Problem is, there was a certain little world event going on 105 years ago. Most places around the world had what was known as a total war economy. 80 years ago, Allies could produce 1 ship a day. Now, Allies can produce 1 ship in 2 years. Again, and 80 years ago, there was World War II. I'm sure if we wanted, we could do this again. But are we ready for that? It's been 6 months. Just give up already. Meanwhile, it's been 10 years. Just give up already. Boy, we ain't even halfway done. Oh, that's the Venetians right here. Sieges lasted a long time back then. Longest siege ever lasted 26 years. Age 27, no job. Age 28, military enlistment failed. Age 32, joined military. Age 38, demoted in rank. Age 42, transfer from army to navy. Age 48, the greatest navy admiral in Korean history. His name, Yi Sun-sin. This is a perfect example whenever I tell other people, like, don't give up because you're in your teens or 20s. Like, you don't know what the age of 48 holds for you. You could literally become the greatest Korean admiral of all time at the age of 48, even if your life before that was a failure. Post-World War II Tokyo reconstruction be like, future belongs to cars and planes, let us build more parking lots and airports. No, responds this Japanese man. Haha, nice try, but still, build those parking lots for cars. No, car dependency is bad. Rails will create the most efficient network. Why can't you see the benefits of personal freedom and air travel? History will prove us right. Oof, they got us. Have you seen Japanese rail? You could pretty much go anywhere within a couple hours. This, like, hurts my soul. I'm just hoping to be able to live long enough to see half this track get made. America isn't New Rome, it's New Carthage. Established as a colony of an island country that was located near many other countries with colonies. Became more powerful than their mother country, main rival located in Eurasia, a continent across the sea from them. Both had a powerful navy, obviously. Diverse population composed of indigenous people of the region, settlers from the mother country, and people who migrated from other places. Oh wow, we really are New Carthage, aren't we? I would have never made that comparison. We're gonna drive across the Alps in our Ford F-150s to invade soon. Russian history in a nutshell. Welcome to hell, comrade. These are Russian czars and dictators. Meanwhile, the Russian civilians. Something tells me they actually like that. What a twist. Nancy Drake, outside of combat. Hey there, kiddo. Do you like this dress? I find it really pretty. It goes well with my flowers. Sure, I guess. Meanwhile, her in combat. Let me beat you with my bare hands, you no German scum. You are as brave as 5 men. Even as you oof me, I recognize your incredible heroism. Wait, have they not made a movie about this lady? She was a part of the French resistance movement. The test pilot pilot of this jet dressed as a gorilla to mess with other pilots. Other pilots would say the plane was flown by a gorilla wearing a derby hat, waving his stogie at him. Doc, I'm pretty sure I saw a gorilla wearing a hat flying a plane with no propeller. Take your meds, kid. This is the little bit of trolling I feel like I totally missed out on. I want to be this guy. What a fantastic idea. Oh look, it's Saddam Hussein's son to the central bank of Iraq. Withdraw $1 billion from the bank and give it to me. Wait, was it that easy for him? I mean, I guess it was worth a try. Try to do this right before the US invasion. Develop a devastating weapon to end the war. Nuke the enemy cities, oofing everyone in a display of power. They surrender. No one will oppose the US anymore. They surrender. No one will oppose the US anymore. How about we start nuking the crap out of all of Asia? This is the strategy of Douglas MacArthur. We saw him earlier. And this is referring to after we dropped the nukes on Japan, ending World War II. He would then go on to suggest we nuke North Korea during the Korean War only a few years later. I guess in his head, why not just keep nuking that same continent for whatever reason? Trust me, battleships are gonna make a comeback. Just wait until railguns and lasers will make them viable. What's an outer air battle? What are sustained operations? Your dumb little PGMs will be intercepted where my kinetic energy rounds will be immune to countermeasures. Meanwhile, the unrefueled 740 NM strike radius? What? How about a space battleship? Can we do that instead? POV, Balkans. First Balkan War, Greece and Bulgaria versus Turkey. Second Balkan War, Greece and Turkey versus Bulgaria. The third Balkan War, or what is known as World War I to us, Bulgaria and Turkey versus Greece. Just another day in this region of the world. Absolute chaos. The Wikipedia article for a penny auction or foreclosure. That's right. This is when large numbers of people would gather at auctions, placing bids for only a few pennies, while intimidating anyone who attempted to bid competitively. No, you can't buy back your farm for only a few pennies. In the end, the bank that owned the farm would get whatever the bid was, and the neighbors would return the farm and its content to the original farmer. Can we do that again? I mean, but I want my own farm. I want my first farm. Can I give you a penny? Britain in British history books, very fancy, versus Britain in most of the world's history books. They're literally kind of like complete psychos. Tight. Holy crap, dude. This Mosin Nagant rifle is the bee's knees. Yes, my brother in arms. It will be a sad day when these beautiful weapons stop being used. They've already been used for decades now, too. Meanwhile, 100 years after it was first used. Come on, guys. We have to repeal the enemy assaults. And it's literally still going. Started being made in 1891. And you could still get it in 1991. Overthrows this guy. The king has not been able to reform. Viva la revolution. Meanwhile, flees country. Here's his family after the overthrow. All right, boys, on me. Time to stop this rebellion. Charge! Okay, so these are two very different people, but with the same lineage, obviously. So this man volunteered to serve as a Union Army officer in the American Civil War. Two very different actions being taken here. Meanwhile, in the British Embassy, Bern, 1941. Hey, pal, I was wondering if I could be a spy for you. I have a feeling I could be helpful. Well, to be a spy for His Majesty, you just need special training. Look, get some info like, I don't know, the name of that German officer, and we might recruit you. Okie dokie. Pfft, another desperate Frenchie. Hey, look, I got what you asked for, and here's a map about the secret German launch sites, and a drawing of those rockets, and some 300 German documents. Obviously, this was top secret. Bloody hell, how the frick? He did a lot better than this guy expected. Was quoted as the man who literally saved London. So we're talking about the infamous V1 and V2 launch sites that the Germans were building. Their plan was to completely obliterate the city of London. Regular Olympic athletes, when they lose a match, that sucks. Hopefully I'll do better next time. Iraqi athletes, when they lose a match, I hope he doesn't torture my family before he oofs them. Oh no, I thought these were always just memes. Don't tell me a country actually did that. POV, you suffer from tuberculosis in the 1800s. Apparently at this time period, a slow, agonizing death was somewhat romanticized. What? Victorians romanticized the disease and effects it caused in gradual build to death. What the heck? I don't understand. Meanwhile, quite possibly the exact opposite of that, POV history subreddits in Reddit just do not say you are from Turkey. It's not even just history subreddits, it's history communities. You've got so many people. It's anything history related. I remember putting my name as like the Ottoman Empire once in a game called Territorial IO. Everyone just does everything in their power to completely destroy me, even if it means killing themselves. I guess they should be kind of grateful in a way because they obviously left a very major impact. They made a lot of upset people because they were very successful for several centuries, even if they were referred to as the dying man of Europe. I think there's also definitely a geographical element to this. I mean, they were literally smack dab in the middle of the world. Everyone knew them. Everyone had at least heard of them, and obviously they pissed off a lot of people because they conquered a lot of people. Like this Ottoman territory from France is about the same distance to like South Asia, India, Pakistan, considering their stuff that they had in the Arabian Peninsula. They were fighting wars with the Russians, the Moroccans, the Spanish, the Italians, people in Sudan and Ethiopia. It was just crazy. crazy. I mean, I like how they take all this anger, though, with just a big old smile. You're a member of the Italian air defense, and you see planes flying in your direction. You successfully shoot them down, and you feel proud because you know the Italian general is coming to inspection. This general was sitting in the shot down plane. Oh no, well, that's an awkward moment. Average Italian moment, he's not gonna get promoted. The first Spanish guys arriving in America in 1492 and seeing all the beauties on the beach. And this was the very, very beginning of colonialism, and in that exact moment, Spain came up with their plan to colonize America. Obviously, they did it a lot differently than the French and the British. Fundamentally, they just had really different policies. And thank you to the patrons. You can go to the link in the description down below to patreon.com to support me. JohnDenver, Jack Traven's annoying friend. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. InquisitorXarius, Hedlund, Fredrik Tibblin, Drew, it's your dad back with the DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Carmel Saida, Amateur Archaeology,
RyeThePie,
Sebby, if you hear this, I love you,
Mexican 760,
LuxembourgLover, Tambre, and ZaneyBoi.